Huh?
It does, but at the same time it doesn't, because look, dadkani duulaan bay kugu yihiin, and these people are fawda ayay ka wadaan wadankaaga. And if you are about protecting yourself, dadka duulaan kugu yihiin, just like the Israelis, as you believe in Somaliland markay imaanayaan, just like Maraykanka, just like Habashida when they came to under Abdullah Yusuf, just like the Kenyatika, all these people. Why is it that you can never unite under Somalinimo when it comes to cadowgiina runta ah, but lakin you unite under a false idea of that, you know, Somaliland, for example?
Bro, you can say you can argue it's munafiq nimo, you know? Like, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, bro. It is a little bit of munafiq nimo. And at the same time, it's also, I would say, you know, a lot of like qabilas, they go under the banner of al-Kabab to expand territory as well, you know? So it's like, it's wallah, it's a weird, bro, it's very strange, bro. But you know, I have to think more on this question, bro.
Yeah.
But it is a very good one.
So do you blame Somaliland for saying, you know what, I don't want nothing to do with this place?
50-50, bro.
Like, I genuinely want nothing to do with this place. Let them sort their mess out. It's their country, their land, their region. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Okay, look, I have to split Somaliland though. Okay, this is why, like the ideologies. Okay, for you, I would understand your point. You get what I'm saying? I would understand your point because a majority of you guys were like Wadanis, nationalists. You were supporting the country, right? But then me, for example, and other groups in Somaliland that fought against this country or GBN, those are the ones I say you can't just leave something that we destroyed together. You can't just say, I'm cutting this part off. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because Aniga, why did I join the war? I joined it last, you know? There's two other groups that joined before us. One of them they made a peace treaty with the government and fought all of us like afterwards, you know? And then the other two, me and the SNM, we went to the end, bro, destroyed the nation. So how is it fair that you know? It's not fair, bro. We have to fix this together.
But how did that happen though? This is the critical situation, right?
Yeah.
And the critical question that needs to be asked: why did Somaliland want to break? How did it break? And who wanted to break?
Okay, well, it was when it was at that conference when what were they called? The manifesto. Yeah. No, before that. Like, wasn't it the manifesto? No, the manifesto group when they chose Ali Mahdi. This is when Somaliland was like, all right, we're out, right?
Shirki Bur'a, what happened in the south was separate what happened in the north. South was still going through Ali Mahdi bala doortay, Aidid bad diiday, and then dagaalkii baa bilaabay marka habargidir iyo abgaalin is dilaan marka, right? That's what happened in the south. At the same time, while that was happening, you had Shirki Bur'a. Shirki Bur'a waxaa isku imaaday all the northern tribes, right? Dhulbahanta ayaa meesha joogay, Warsangeli baa meesha joogay, Gadabuursi baa joogay, Isaaqi baa joogay, and they had a debate. They decided, you know what? We're out. You know, many of these guys, you have to remember, they were old men and they were alive at a time when the British was there and when the independence happened. So there was still a living memory of when they had the independence from the British. So they said, Marka, let's put it to the vote. We're out. And the vast majority of people said we're out. 2 years later, Borama my city. And that continued for another 6 months. And the debate rose again. Should we quit? Should we stay? Should we leave? What the hell is happening? What should we do? And they said, you know what? We want to leave. We want nothing to do with Somaliland. Sorry, with Somalia. And then the store say, so that's actually how things happen in the north. In the south, it was a complete chaos because Ali Mahdi balatorte, I did no udide. Anyway, that's just how it happened. So do another.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Yeah, just the topic that I wanted to talk about, but you're already in it.
Go for it. What's your opinion?
Well, I'm not from the north, but seeing what's going on up in the north right now and how certain individuals are saying that gudbino, I was just, trying to see, are you guys still a part of that,
When you say, what do you say, you guys? Who are you talking about specifically?
Like Audal, aren't you from Borama?
I am.
You're Samaroon, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so are you guys still a part of, what's his name? Muuse and his little situation?
No. You mean Somaliland as an entity?
Yeah, I don't recognize the area, so I don't want to call him that.
I believe Somaliland is a fact on the ground. I think Somaliland is something that we agreed on. You have to understand, Samaroon warar balaran. They live in Ethiopia, they live in Djibouti. You might be speaking to somebody who lives in Djibouti who's Samaroon, but he's against Somaliland. That doesn't mean he actually is against, that he lives there. You see what I mean? In Gobolka. I live in Gobolka. Borama is actually my city. And that's where Shirki Borama ay ka dhacday. Garaadadii dhulbahanta were there. Warsangeli Isaaq was there. Samaroon was there. We debated the issue. Somali ma lagu biiraya, or are we going to do our own thing? And everybody united on the idea that meeshan waa lagu kala tegaya. Waxa la yiraahdo Somalia is finished from this day.
Are you talking about 2007
I still hold that
current
opinion.
day? Huh?
I still hold that opinion till today. I don't think there's any union.
Yeah, isn't that 2007?
No, this was in 1993.
We're talking about current day. I know Horta, Somaliland, when it comes to Audal and the other niggas, Magarda, Igoye, Khatuma, right? When they joined, at the time, it was like a Samaroon president, correct?
Yes.
That's why they joined, and it was like, how do I say? I gotta be in Kusobiran, as you guys as well. You guys wanted to be a part of this, but now the change way badalmata everything. You get it. It became tribal, and that's why now Khatuma just became a state. That's why President, what's his name? No, not the other one. There's too many presidents. The one downstairs, Hamad Shoga.
Hassan Sheikh.
Yeah, that's why he was recently in Khatuma right now, because they just became their own state. So I was wondering, are you guys on the same? Because I've been seeing some flags. I just want to know, are you guys your own area? What's going on over there?
No, we don't believe in breaking away from Somaliland at all. The vast majority, in my experience, going back home, when I went to Borama, when I went to Baki, when I went to Zayla, when I went to Lughaya, I went all over Gobolka. The vast majority of the people, they believe in Somaliland. They don't believe in what's called the blue flag.
Wait, but what about the protests? You say this, but there was literally protests.
Yeah, the protests.
People saying they don't want to be a part of Muuse.
No, that's you're talking about when protests happen.
Yeah, it was recent, wasn't it? It was literally 2025, recently.
Yeah. So, like I said, like Samaroon is a qabil balaran. Many of them live in Ethiopia. Many of them live on the.
No, it was in
Somaliland
Audal. Why do you keep throwing the location around? It was in Audal.
Because a lot of the Samaroon. Because you have to understand, magaalada Borama waxay noqotay caasimadii Samaroonka oo dhan. Wherever they live, Djibouti, Ethiopia, meel kasta. Qof kasta guri buu ka dhistay, and they all live there. Ma fahantay? So many of the people, Ethiopia ka imaaday, they live in Borama, and they believe in the blue flag, right? But those who are DEGAH, the people that live there, as in that's their region, they actually own the city and the region surrounding it, they don't believe in Somaliland because they're celebrating 18 May every year.
Okay, so there's two parts of Samaroons. There's ones that lived in the surrounding areas that migrated back to their land and that support the blue flag. And then there's ones that been there, and they only support.
So there are those who are originally from Ethiopia, and where they're from is Ethiopia, يعني أو برا الفعيسة, all the rest these kind of regions. And then there are those that live in Audal, right? The ones that live in Awdal, they believe in Somaliland, whereas the ones that are originally, يعني, they moved across the border, they believe in Somalia,
But
blue flag.
question though, those people are still Samaroon. Do you not look into their do you not look into their reasons why they don't want to be a part of that?
No, wallahi, we don't. The reason why we don't is because these people, they're not living. The reason why we don't is because these people don't live in our reality. We live in Gobolka, Awdal. They live in Harawa, which is the region just...
Walal. Let's be honest. This protest happened in Awdal. You're telling me they migrated from, surrounding areas of Awdal just to protest. What are you trying to say right now?
Do you even...
Yeah, kinda.
Okay.
I have a friend that's from there. My friend doesn't want to be... So I'm not from the area of Kushagay, but I'm going to Borama, Awdal day. That's mish. Wallahi maqan magaloyinka, but what I know is there's a lot of Samaroons that do not want to be a part of Hassan Sheikh's regime, and that is true. But my question, oh my God, there's too many niggas.
Okay, so. Let me just break it down, okay?
No, I understand what you're saying. You want to be a part of Somaliland.
No,
you're saying the majority.
But
no, my last question for you is: do you not put into consideration the other Samaroons that do not want to be a part of this? Like the recent, that's all I want to know, Ani. Like, why are you just brushing that under the rug?
Yeah, the reason why I'm dismissing them is because they don't live in Awdal. That's not the DEGAH. That's not their homeland. I'll give an example. If any fighting was to happen in Borama today, if any fighting was to happen in Borama, right, a tribal beef, right, I'm dying in Borama, right, because that's my city. I'm literally dying there simply because that's my city. I'm defending my city. But the ones that are not from there, what they're going to do is they're going to cross the border and they're going to flee the conflict because that's not their region. That's not their city.
But they're Samaroon by blood. Why would they?
They're Samaroon by blood, of course, but that's not their region. Samaroon is a very vast tribe. They live all the way from Hudud Ethiopia, all the way down to Jigjiga, all the way down to Dirdaba. They even live in Djibouti.
So what I understood from what Hadahi said is DEGAH Samaroon Kawabiyo. The only ones that are writing for the city are the ones that are, from the city. That's what I understood from what Hadahi said.
No. Hold on.
I'm not. I'm trying to understand why you're saying Kun Khalid they don't have, the pride.
What I'm saying to you is that every tribe and every sub-tribe, the land that's theirs, they defend it to the death, which is a fact. It even happened in Somalia, right? Mogadishu, who were the people that literally ended up staying after all the conflicts that happened? The people that lived there, right? Darod wait again, Dirk wait again, Rahawain wait again, right? Isaqi wait again. Everyone left. The only people that stayed were Hawiya in Mogadishu to defend Mogadishu, right? When the Americans came. That tells you, matqanta, dadka magaladan leh, wa dadka meesha degan or meesha chogi, right? It's a similar thing. I'm not dismissing the fact that these people were Tolkeiga, Ehelkeigi, they have a right to be here if they want to move here, Guriya Kurdistan, blah, 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 and they want to move here. Absolutely, so do I, right? But
their opinion doesn't count.
The fact on the ground is that if you're not from Awdal, then you're not really pro-Awdal. Just like if you're not from Mogadishu, then you're not really back in Mogadishu, are you? Because if anything were to happen, you're just going to run away to wherever you came from.
Not true.
That happened in Somalia. It happens every day. It happens everywhere
just like
today.
Me, every time I go Hamar, هدر marking the recent قرح في Somali بكلها, so I don't want to get your live, messed up. But مركي قرح يدا دعين Somalis accept your area. We're feeling for them, and donation by Lasmania, so we feel for, just because we're not from that city. Well, I don't know this city cityness I would did, but if somebody has DEGAH and that's called that mission again, they're gonna ride for the area.
I'm not quite sure because the Minister of Defense, Ninka Fiqi, after the stuff that was happening in Borama, he was still saying that reer Borama kac oo dagaalama buu ku lahaa. Right? So this guy حتى تعسي umudgin يعني dadka reer Borama تعسي حتى dadka umudgin.
He's Samaroon.
No, I'm talking about Fiqi, the defense minister.
What's his قبيل? Oh.
Mate. So the picture you're trying to paint, I don't actually recognize it. Let's be honest. Yeah.
Me too. The picture you're painting, I don't recognize.
That's because you have never been there. I know I've been there.
I've been to Somali. You know one Maramesha. I've been to Somali.
حاجتك
I landed in
whereabouts?
No, first I landed in Hargeysa, and then we took a car ride to the DEGAH, northern Somalia. I don't want to give them organization because it's not my Waxaan believe Gadayo. So yeah, northern Somalia Borama gaarigan ku marne Hargeysa aadne Hargeysa laba maalmood jooge, and then I went down. I continued to drive, and then we landed in magaaladeyda
waa xagee?
magaaladeyda waa Gaalkacyo.
ما شاء الله. Okay. So أنا as I said حبر جديد بهرطة ما كورس قلة ما شاء الله حبر جديد بيجيب وحي ماشى and wavy.
There's also from Galkayo as well.
Also unmasked by so galay or حبر جديد. I've got a lot of حبر جديد man on the pan. Okay.
Wait, so, I'm not حبر جديد, but I think maybe
you're MJ, right?
Yeah, I'm a Chersan.
So you're on the other side of the wall.
Let me tell you what I've seen, right? I'll tell you what I've seen, right? Because at the beginning, I used to ask myself, Samaroon, are they really back in the Somaliland thing, or are they with Somalia, right? It's a question that needs to be answered, because when you are living in the UK, in Canada, America, the diaspora community, you're going to see a lot of Samaroon that still believe in Somalia. They still believe in the blue flag. They still believe in all that stuff. Somaha, right?
100%. Like
right? Yeah, absolutely. And then I started asking myself, okay, what's the truth? So what then keep on taking? I went there a couple of times. I went there a few times. I went Gobolka. I went to Baki. I went to Ruqi. I went to Loyacado, Zayla, Lughaya, El Sheikh, Bulhar. I went to Borama, Harirat. I went to all these places, meeting like various relatives that I had, because obviously I'm from the region, you know what I'm saying? Asking these people, bro, are you guys back in this Somaliland thing or what? What's going on, Every single one of them, I'm getting a consistent answer, right? We don't know any government other than Somaliland. We don't believe in the blue flag. That's the answer I got.
So, due to those answers, that's how you became pro-Somaliland.
So, I started then asking myself, look, the people that are living in Canada, in America, in Britain, the Netherlands, all these kind of places, our state only exists on the internet. It only exists on TikTok. It only exists in the minds of the people that exist outside of Gobolka. Because the people that live in Gobolka, they celebrate every year 18 May. They take part in the elections. They have political parties. All of these things are things that are tangible. Like in the stuff that the people that believe in all state, it's something that doesn't exist. Odal state is something that's on the internet. It's a TikTok. It's a Twitter vibe. It's a vibe. They're living off vibes only.
Okay, interesting. Wallahi billahi wa bil Ramadan, yeah. Big question mark akusare, because certain things you're saying is just alarming. It's just like, what?
Why? Because you've never met Samaroon that believes in Somaliland?
No, not because of that. There's plenty of Samaroons on social media that do believe in Somaliland. It's just the way you're dismissing the Samaroons or Banankachoga and the Samaroons within like nearby cities and the ones protesting within Odal. The way you're just dismissing their concerns. That's a very big question mark. What's your lineage? Your whole lineage about question marks. Because let me tell you, because I'm gonna be truthful and honest. Any especially any other qabil, like when you look dadkooda qurbaha jooga iyo dadkooda wadanka jooga, they all have the same agenda. So why you as a Samaroon are dismissing the concern of the Samaroon diaspora and the ones within the nearby cities? That's questioning.
Because they believe in it's very true, because it's a reality on the ground. That Gobolka, although dadka degan, as I said to you, I went to literally every place: Baki, Ruqi, Zayla, Loyacado, Lughaya, Bon, Harirat, Borama. I went to all these places in Odal, right? The people there, they don't. Everywhere you go, you see the Somaliland flag. No one's forcing them to have the Somaliland flag, but it's there. No one's forcing them. If you go to Harirat,
areas of Somaliland flags, they think